Like, what do you mean when you say now? Like, now or like soon?
Hey folks, welcome back. I'm your host, R. Slugger.
And my name is Boggle Rocket. Together wait. Hey folks, welcome back. I'm your host, R. Slugger.
And my name is Boggle Rocket. Together, we want to wish Dash Justice, Alpha Team's fearless leader, a very happy birthday.
Boggle and I have been working together on an in-depth retrospective series that's going to explore all of the original sets, characters, and alternate builds of 2001's Alpha Team.
Alongside this, we'll be covering the various video games, external media, and other goodies that relate to the series.
There's still a lot of work to do, so you probably won't see the start of this retrospective for a few months yet. But given the occasion, we thought we'd give you a little taste of what we've been up to. Today is all about Dash Justice. With that being said, however, if we're going to talk about the origins of Dash, we also need to talk about the origins of Alpha Team. This is a topic that'll be discussed in greater detail within our series proper, but here are the basics we need to know today.
The rundown is that in spring 1998, LEGO Media approached visual effects company Digital Domain and tasked them with bringing to life what was simply referred to as children's computer and video game software, with a soft release date of the year 2000.
This video game concept came to be known as Tilt, or the Trans-International LEGO Team. The player would control this ragtag group and solve various puzzles with them, set within the real world.
We'll go into all of this more in later videos, but the long and short of it is that Tilt's direction did not coincide with LEGO Media's vision for the project, and a mere 6 months before the soft release date, Digital Domain was instructed to overhaul the game and adopt a secret agent aesthetic instead.
This means all the characters had to be reworked too, and this is where Dash enters the story. According to lead game designer Tom Mott, he had a heck of a time trying to get Dash's character design improved by LEGO Media.
Eventually, Tom instructed his character artists to just make Dash look as much like Thomas Gillow, LEGO Media's executive producer, as possible. Apparently, it worked. Gillow loved the new design and was presumably none the wiser to its cheeky origins.
Once the character designs were completed and the game reached maturation, the LEGO Group began production on the toy line that would see release in 2001. Here's where we find our first iteration of Dash in minifigure form.
Exclusive to set 6773 Alpha Team Helicopter, Dash's first appearance set the bar quite high. He sports a determined grin amidst his 5 o'clock shadow, and his brown buzz-cut hairpiece was actually a brand new mold introduced for this character.
He also wears an all-black stealth suit for the team's inaugural mission. Unlike his cohorts, Dash does not feature a character-specific color on his sleeve, unless that color is black. Instead, he remains color agnostic and serves as the team's motion expert.
In 2002, Dash would receive a redesign to coincide with the team's second outing, Mission Deep Sea. Taking advantage of the LEGO Group's new dark blue color, Alpha Team were among the first minifigures to utilize this hue.
Dash's torso print remains identical, however his legs and hips were updated to better reflect the Mission Deep Sea aesthetic. Additionally, he was given light gray eyes and a more defined cleft chin.
Evidently, that Buzz Lightyear-style action hero chin detail just had to go, because in 2004, our third and final iteration of Dash featured no such thing. This wave of Alpha Team has affectionately been dubbed Mission Deep Freeze by the fandom, even though there seems to be no official source for this name. The boxes just say Alpha Team, nothing more.
This kind of leans into the soft reboot feel of this final wave too. Characters are missing, colors have been reassigned, and the team's original logo has been completely ditched and redesigned. Mission Deep Freeze feels less like a send-off and more like a do-over.
Nonetheless, Dash is here and still rocks the same haircut, but this aging agent's had his roots recolored. The original brown was replaced with reddish brown from this point on. He's wearing some dark shades, presumably against the snow glint, so the jury's out on the color of his eyes here, though some original promo art for this wave does show him with his original face print of all things.
As mentioned earlier, Dash is now rocking the color blue, after Charge, Well, we'll talk about whatever this character development is supposed to be at a later date. As far as mainline Alpha Team entries go, this is it, a trio of dashes.
Before we go, however, let's take a look at one final minifigure, the so-called Spy from CMF Series 16. It doesn't take a boggle rocket scientist to spot the similarities between this character and the classic iteration of Dash. His record states his codename is Agent A, and that his first mission on file was alongside Alpha Team. But seeing as he alone is credited with triggering the Mind Control Orb self-destruct sequence that foiled Ogle's plot, I think it's safe to assume that that A might stand for Alias.
The all-black stealth suit returns, as does a faithful adaptation of the team's original logo emblazoned on the chest. Just like the minifigure who started it all, the Spy also includes a hairpiece that was specifically created for this character. Molded in dark brown plastic, it actually features visor clips on either side, allowing for interchangeability with accessories.
Speaking of which, the Spy contains quite a few gadgets of his own. Besides the goggles, he has a length of rope and a firearm, the latter of which being a first for the Alpha Team series actually. Maybe Ogle just didn't get the message the last 3 times.
When you take into account all of these details, I think it's safe to say that this minifigure is meant to be a modern take on the character. This is something I'd actually like to see the LEGO Group do more of. I can think of at least one other character that deserves a modern remake.
And that brings us to the end of the birthday celebrations and our discussion today. I've been your host, R. Slugger. And, oh, wait.
We're gonna get that sorted out before we start our series together. Thanks for watching, everyone, and special thank you to Boggle Rocket for teaming up with me to make this happen. I hope you'll enjoy our full Alpha Team Retrospective series once it releases. Until then, please head over to Boggle's channel and check out some of his other work. If you enjoy the stuff I write for this channel, then I think you'll enjoy the stuff he writes for his. Once again, this video was brought to you by the folks who support me during the Summer of Slug. If you want to join their ranks, check the link in the description. I've been your host, RR Slugger, and I'll see you next time for another video.